Like the roots of the tree, the jiva, the mind, goes in search of objects of happiness. Just think of a dog. If you want the dog to go to a particular place, you have to carry a piece of bread to that place, and the dog follows it. And then every day, the dog will automatically be seen to go to that place at that time. The mind follows an object of enjoyment, like a dog following the piece of bread. If an object is available in a faraway place like Bombay, the mind will go there. Like the superficial water soaking through to reach the deep natural source, leading the roots of the tree to it. The happiness available from an object of enjoyment can lead the mind to the natural source of all happiness, the infinite bliss. But the objects of enjoyment resemble a rock, preventing the water to soak through and thus stunting the growth of the roots. The human mind reaches that rock and enjoys the pleasure thereof, enjoys the pent-up water. The moment it is over, it feels unhappy and discontented. If the state of the mind be like uniform, soft soil, without any intervening obstruction like a rock, then that happiness available from the objects of enjoyment not only will always be there, but will ultimately lead to the infinite bliss, the eternal store of natural water. Thus, if there be no rock-like obstruction, even the worldly happiness eminent from passions and desires, would lead one to infinite bliss. After all, such happiness is happiness, howsoever momentarily and limited it be. What is this rock in between them? What does the rock do? It causes obstruction, limitation. The water gets limited to the area of soil between the rock and the surface. The roots of a tree cannot grow, cannot get beyond this limited area. A utensil causes limitation, separates a particular quantity of water. The water within gets limited, becomes measurable. The rock thus makes the water limited and measurable. Limited or measurable means abhimana, pride. I'll repeat that. A utensil causes limitation, separates a particular quantity of water. The water within gets limited, becomes measurable. The rock thus makes the water limited and measurable. Limited or measurable means abhimana, pride. When the mind stops at abhimana, that is, gets limited by abhimana, then it becomes unable to soak through and reach that infinite bliss. It means that for any happiness to lead to infinite bliss, there must be no restriction, no abhimana in the middle. If the mind remains or is made to become, is trained to become like soft, porous soil, then any pleasure, any happiness, even the one available from passions, will lead it to the infinite bliss. See the importance of all the objects of enjoyment, of desire, of passion. They can lead one to that infinite bliss, the Brahma. What is it then that prevents the mind from attaining Brahma? It is the abhimana. Mind full of humility is like soft, porous soil, while the abhimana mind resembles a rock. The former automatically leads to the infinite bliss, while the latter puts one back into the world again and again. If the mind only takes two and enjoys the happiness eminent from an object of enjoyment, and gets entangled into, engrossed into, and limited by it, and becomes proud of that object, that happiness will not lead to infinite bliss. The common mind is like a strong container. It limits the happiness. If this container were made leaky, the water within is bound to get beyond the container. What is essential then for attainment of the infinite bliss is to get beyond the clutches, beyond the malevolent influence of the Abhimana, pride. In short, the shackles of Abhimana must be broken through. What then comes in the way of continuous stream of happiness? It is the rock, the Abhimana, pride, that limits the happiness at every step. That I am somebody, that I am this body, that is what comes in the way. The space, the sky, the void I talked about yesterday is caused by the gross physical body that you possess. When one gets beyond the body, that is, when one forgets everything, including his body, that is when everything gross becomes invisible. It is then that one is not able to see the void. One then just remains conscious of his own existence and sees himself everywhere, pervading everything. It is then that one understands that the so-called void is nothing else but one's Abhimana, pride. And once one gets beyond it, overcomes it, and is able to see himself everywhere as one infinite continuum, it is then that one enjoys one's real status of infinite, unending, eternal bliss. What proves that you have reached your real original status? When you have lost all Abhimana, pride, when you behave just as it comes or falls to your lot without any affectation, that is, when you become be as it may, then it is that you have reached your original status. You should always try to behave like be as it may. Avoid doing anything on your own. The more you lose your Abhimana, pride, the more you remain and act with detachment. The more people find fault with you, the better. This fault finding and the consequent insults, dishonor, etc. that you suffer at their hands is the real solid manure to take you to the natural, to your original status of the infinite bliss. Even a passing thought of retaliation means the positive presence of that formidable enemy, the Abhimana, pride. Humility, unaffected humility, is the keynote of success in the matter of attaining one's own real original status.